Rated M for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed on this show are those of the speaker and do not necessarily reflect those of the PFC Entertainment Network or any of the affiliates that make this show possible.
This is the Pure Fury Creations Entertainment Network.
I'm Jason Clouse. And over the course of my life, I've done a lot of different things, and I've worn a lot of different hats. But this may be my greatest endeavor yet. On this show, we are going to focus on life. We are going to focus on the basic fundamentals. We are going to focus on the silver lining. Because no matter what happens, no matter what is thrown our way, there is a silver lining. There is a lesson to be learned. Sometimes we just have to look a little bit harder, a little bit deeper for it. That's what this show is all about. Sometimes it's going to be rough, sometimes it's going to be raw, sometimes it may be hard to listen to, but it's something that you need to hear. This just got real.
And now, the Pure Fury Creations Entertainment Network presents its flagship show, the Clouse to the Heart podcast. Here is your host, Jason Clouse.
And we welcome you to the flagship show of the PFC Entertainment Network. You're listening or watching, if you're following us here live on a Saturday night, to the Clouse to the Heart podcast, along with Amy Sheridan. I'm Jason Clouse. We certainly appreciate you tuning in here. And this is one of those reasons, man, why you always want to make sure you are following us, you're subscribed to us, because you never know when we're going to go live on the air. We are live streaming this across our platforms on Facebook, Riverside.fm, as well as our YouTube channel. In just a moment, there will be a link that I'm going to post in the Facebook live chat. And if you hit that link, it's going to put you into a virtual waiting room. I'm going to get the notification. I hit the button. Boom, you're on the show live with us. Or if you're a little bit camera shy, and I can understand and appreciate that, you can still correspond with us as the show is going on. Through the live chat, through the Facebook feed on PFC Entertainment Network. With that being said, Amy, I know we took a couple of weeks off here, and as you can see, there was good reason. I had to relocate. I'm in a new studio, new surroundings, so it's taken me a little bit of time, but this is the new PFC Network studio that I'm in right now. I'm very much looking forward to this new chapter for me personally, professionally, with the show here with you. How's things with you? How are you doing?
Good. I'm doing really good. I got a question for you though, like right off the bat. So again, I'm gonna go back to that opening. I don't know why I keep on like spotting different things or not even spotting, because last time it was like, like you're all up in
My
like
black
my
eyes.
face.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then your black eyes and the seriousness of it all. So the female voice on there, is that AI or is that Nikki Falsoni?
It is AI.
It sounds like Nikki Falsoni. Like, that smooth voice that I love of her so much.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so funny because when the AI voice says your last name, do you ever notice how AI says it?
Yeah.
Jason Klaus.
Right.
I
Yeah. It's
was
pretty
like,
sketch.
it's good though. It's good though.
You mentioned Nikki Falsoni. Let me tell you this real quick. She listened, or she saw that you were coming onto the show. You were going to be a part of the show,
Hmm.
and she thought that was a great move to
Really,
incorporate you
she's so
into
sweet.
into the
I just
flagship show. Oh yeah,
I just
she's
love
a
her.
supporter, man. She's, I've known her. We've been friends for Christ almost 30 years at this point. Well, I guess it is
Right.
um, every bit of 30 years, which god damn, that makes us old. Um, but she was around, when MWO was starting. It was MWA at that time, and
Yeah.
then she's watched me launch this network, and she's always been a big supporter of what we're doing here. I wish our schedules aligned better to where she could be on the show more often, but
Yeah.
she's got a shit ton going on. We've got a shit ton going on. Um,
I tell you, she's got like the perfect radio voice.
she
It
does
is
too.
just so smooth and just so relaxing. And that's why, like, when I had my podcast, I was like, can you get Nikki to do my opening?
Yeah, and she
She's,
did, and she did a great job.
she did. She did. I've never even met her in person, but she is just always the sweetest lady.
No, I guess you haven't, have you? You haven't had
No,
the chance because she lives in Newark,
I know.
Ohio.
I was gonna say,
So
isn't it Ohio?
yes, yeah. What? Okay, I'm looking just to make sure because it didn't pop up on my Riverside feed, but on the Facebook feed, the link is on there if you want to join the show. I had to make sure that posted.
Be
Mark Taylor is
very
joining us.
careful.
Hey, look at me. Do I look like I give a fuck about anything right now? Because I don't.
I'm telling everyone else. Be
Oh yeah.
very careful.
Proceed with caution.
Yes,
Yeah.
consider your audience.
Listen, we have a topic on on the docket here this week. It could be a fun one. It could be a heavy one. It dives into relationships, I guess, how we treat one another within the relationship dynamic,
Right.
and I'm all about it. But I kind of want to play catch up because it's been a couple of weeks. A lot of
Yeah.
shit's happened that has affected all of us in some regard. A couple of weeks ago, a few weeks ago now at this point, we, our generation, had what I would call just the utmost shit week. We lost three prominent members of
We
our
did.
childhood.
We did. One of them I don't really care for because I never really watched the show. So I didn't, like I don't know. Like I never watched the Cosby show. Like
No,
ever. No.
wasn't
Like
your thing.
maybe a couple reruns here and there. Well, it's just kind of like I don't know. Like I was so stuck on like Saved by the Bell or Melrose Place, like and you can stop because yeah, no, I
That
The
right there.
Cosby Show, Family Matters. I did watch some Family Matters. That one was pretty good. Um, like dinosaurs, like Rar were dinosaurs or whatever that show was. Never watched that.
That right there just put on full display the difference between where I'm at age wise and where you're at age wise. Because Saved by the Bell was like my brother's go to. That
Yeah.
90210, Melrose Place,
Oh yeah.
um, this 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 type of thing. I focused on Family Ties, on the Cosby Show, on the
I liked some Family Ties. That was a good show.
oh man, I
Growing
pattern.
Pains. That was a
Yeah,
good show.
for sure, for sure. So for you to be like, you're talking about Melrose Place and Saved by the Bell. I'm just over here like, Jesus Christ, this there is
Well,
that break in the continuum. Now I will
right.
say, we're going to be doing a deep dive on the week from hell on our new '80s show that I'm
Okay.
hoping we're going to be able to record on Sunday with Jill Bain, because bless her heart, I've been trying to get with with her, and then she went on vacation out of state. I
Good
think
for
last week.
her.
Yeah, she deserved it, and she was really looking forward to it. But between the week everything happened and me trying to do the move and all this, like it kept getting pushed back. So we are going to be recording this weekend for Wednesday's show. On this day is what we're calling it now. So it's going to be a special edition. We're really going to dial in on the week that was an absolute abomination.
Right.
That's what it
Oh
is.
yeah, it was totally terrible. I mean, like well, and it was really, really weird because it was kind of like, the Theo from the Cosby Show died. I can't remember what his actual name was.
Malcolm Jamal Warner.
Yeah, I thought it was Malcolm. Um, and then like Ozzy died, and that was a big one, like a big one. And then an equally as big one, and it's kind of Hulk Hogan. So now you're all like, oh my god, so you got like all three of these people like that passed away within a day or two of each other, and you're just like you're seeing all these tribute things, and it was like people were confused on who they should have been stuck on more,
Right.
if that makes any sense. Like it's kind of like something happens in the world, and then something like bigger happens, and then that completely overshadows the other. I feel like Theo's death was talked about for maybe like a half a day, and then like Ozzy died, and then you heard like nothing more about Theo.
Hmm.
And then like Hulk died, and then like it was almost like there was like this weird fan divide, like you had half the people talking about Ozzy and the other half talking about Hulk Hogan. And it, Ozzy for me was the bigger of the two, and here's why. So he's got like one of the most darlingest families, you know what I mean? Like his wife Sharon, his sons and daughters, and it's like they're all, I don't know, they're all close, like super close, like they have been married for ever. And you see their family story online, and then you hear about Hulk, and that his family is kind of broken.
Hmm.
And so for me, I felt really terrible for Ozzy's family. And it's stupid because like why don't I feel really terrible for Hulk Hogan's family? And I don't know why that is.
Well, listen, the exploits of the Hogan family was put out on full display. Like the disintegration of that family unit happened on that reality show.
Right.
We watched it unravel. And people can say, oh, it was a reality show, it's scripted, it's this, it's that.
Ozzy
Okay,
had one too,
right.
but his family didn't implode. If anything, it brought them more closer together, And that's the difference. I mean, reality TV is a bitch anyways. Like you never know what you're going to get. You never know, what's scripted and what's for show, and it what's just for entertainment purposes only. You're never going to know, but the fact that the Osbournes walked away from that because they didn't want it tearing up their family, and they wanted to deal with things a little bit more privately after Sharon had gotten cancer. It was kind of like that's my family.
Right.
And it's weird because I don't know any of them. But the Hulk Hogan one, that completely disintegrated. Like it unfolded right before everyone's eyes.
It did, and it was a tough watch. It was a tough watch for me, and anybody who knows, you can't see it from this vantage point, but like behind me, I've got the Undertaker wall, right? But in front of me is my Hulk Hogan wall,
Yeah.
and I've got shit from 1984 up on display here. So like I hear you in regards to your fandom for Ozzy. Mine shift was obviously shifted towards Hogan,
Yeah.
and like the first season or so was decent because you got to see theoretically what his real life was like outside the ring.
Yeah.
But then as the seasons were going, Brooke was becoming more popular. He was trying to launch her music, career and all that shit. The wife, Linda, it was the sticking point here.
Yeah.
I don't know much about her, um, other than from my estimation and the way that I took it. Now again, it was on camera. Who knows what the hell was going on when the cameras were off? I didn't live with the Hogans. As cool as that would have been, I wasn't there. But she didn't really seem like she brought a whole lot to the table, other
Yeah.
than I'm Hulk Hogan's wife, and this is my lot in life, and I can do and treat anybody any way I see fit because, well, Hulk Hogan is my husband. Fuck that.
Yeah.
And just I don't know. I don't want to go down this rabbit hole because I want to try to remember the positives of it. Um, but
Well, of
two
course
very
you feel
different
bad
yeah.
you you feel bad for him and his passing, but you don't feel bad for his wife. That's what I'm trying to say. Like I think I feel more deeply about Ozzy's passing because I feel really bad for Sharon and Amy and Jack and all of his kids because they were super close. My opinion, like I don't know Linda obviously, but I don't feel bad for her because of how the show portrayed her. So, it's not uncommon, for that to happen.
You know, we're actually going to use this as the segue into the topic this week because we're talking about relationship dynamics and things of this nature. Um, well, real quick, to kind of further something that you had just said, Linda Hogan put herself out there in a less than flat lay. She was documenting her mental deterioration. She went on Instagram or TikTok or something and just put all of her shit out there in the most disgusting of ways.
Yeah.
And using that opportunity to air her personal grievances. Look, what happened behind the cameras and what happened within the family dynamic, as unfortunate as it is, I don't necessarily believe that's something that should be put out on full display like that. And when
Yeah.
she didn't get the sympathy that I think she was gunning for when she did this. In
Yeah.
fact, she was ridiculed. She was bullied, for the lack of a better term. And while I feel bad to a degree, you did that to yourself. You did that. You went out, you hit live on your phone and put your shit out there, and people chewed you up because of how you presented yourself.
Yeah.
That's a you problem. Okay. And I don't feel bad. I don't
Yeah.
feel
No,
bad at all.
absolutely.
So, anyhow, again, we do have a topic here this week, and we are going to get to it because I feel like even though we started talking about this, I can use this as a segue into it
Sure.
because, um, and we do appreciate everybody who is watching us live here on Facebook or Riverside or YouTube. I see Jill was on here, which is great because we were just talking about her. Tim Sheridan uh, chimed in here as well. And you can see Tim and Eric Mandel on Tuesday nights. That's part of the Sports Reel podcast live across our platforms here as well. Um, so let's just go ahead and jump right into this because I feel like this is going to be a fun conversation. I know we're 20 minutes into this shit, but um, I feel like this is going to be a fun topic, and I think this is what's going to start some conversations, if not here on the show, within the respective home dwellings of people watching this. They're going to be like, "Hey, motherfucker, why aren't you doing this?"
Right.
All right. Let me pull up the list because what I have here is 13 ways, Amy Sheridan, that you can respect and honor your partner.
I refuse.
What do you mean you refuse?
I refuse.
Why?
No, thank you.
What do you mean no thank you?
Pass.
Pass?
Oh, just kidding.
Can I phone a friend or
I would like to use a lifeline.
would you know? All right. Listen, I didn't make this list. This is one that came across my radar earlier last month, and I was like, I think I can do something with this.
Right.
Because, that's what I do. Respect and honor your partner. This is one of those things that does. This will either strengthen a relationship or it's going to cause a huge ass fight, all depending on how people interpret uh, what these articles are here.
Yeah.
Now, I saw this and I'm like, oh, this is a good way for us, Amy and I, to not, I don't want to say educate our listeners or our fans, but gives you something to think about, gives you an opportunity to evaluate your personal relationship. Are you incorporating these articles? And if not, if you were to do this, would it further strengthen the bond of your relationship? Now, full disclosure, Amy and Tim are as rock solid of a couple that I know. My absolute two of my absolute favorite people all on this planet. They have a rock solid marriage. I am extremely lucky, fortunate, blessed, privileged to have the girlfriend that I have who loves me, who puts up with my shit, who is okay with the fact that I've got wall to wall wrestling shit in my studio, even though it's not her thing. She understands. Uh,
And that's a hard
like,
one.
I know. Listen, and I know I told you off the air, but I don't think she'll mind me saying this. And if she does, I'm sorry. But I told her because she has never seen my shit on display. I haven't been in a situation to where I've had my stuff out. And this, again, this is only a fraction of it. But I kept telling her, babe, I've got a lot of stuff, a lot of
Yeah.
wrestling memorabilia, WWE, and even my own shit, MWO stuff that people have had made for me and
Right.
things like this. But she walked in here yesterday after I had spent the majority of the day putting all this on the walls and all and everything. And bless her heart, she couldn't even hide it. Like she's like her eyes got real big. She's just like darting all over the place. You could see it was an immediate system overload. Like holy shit! And we just watched. I just watched for the first time the 40-year-old virgin.
Yeah.
And that's what this was reminiscent of. And I was, and I oh god, it was. I wish I had filmed that because it was so funny. I just say that to say she must really like me,
Yeah.
And I, in all seriousness, all jokes aside, I I take a moment every single day, at least once a day. It's more than that, but at least once, where I would let her know how much I appreciate her and what she does for me, for my life. Um, that's so important. We could be in the middle of an argument, or she could be in the middle of a bad day. I'm in the middle of a bunch of bullshit, but I will hit that pause button to either call her or send her a text message to let her know what she means to me.
Yeah.
That's incredibly important, because it could be in that moment that she receives that she needed to hear that, because I can't
Yeah.
tell you how many times she's done that, and like I'm on the verge of complete shutdown, and I'll get her message and it will put shit right back in perspective immediately. That's how I know this is special. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So
That's super nice.
yeah, she's pretty amazing. I'm a big fan.
Obviously.
Sorry, almost have blueberry coffee coming out of places that it's not supposed to, but be that as it may. All right, we're gonna run down these articles here.
Yeah.
Respect and honor your partner. And again, if you have a comment or you want to be a part of the show, check out the link on the Facebook feed. You can come on the show and join the conversation. Number one, never belittle your partner. This I gotta be careful. You and a lot of former MWO alumni watched or listened to this kind of activity being put on full display on show days, where I was belittled in front of my roster. As and I, when you belittle your partner, in my view, you are systematically telling me, them, and everybody within ear or eye shot that I am on a lower pedestal than you are.
Right.
And I do not, will not subscribe to that philosophy. If we are together, if we are a couple, there is not one above the other. We are on a level playing field. And if you are not on level playing field, this shit is not going to work. You're on
Yeah.
borrowed time. It could be a month, it could be a decade, but you are on borrowed time. What is your opinion on this?
Well, number one, I'm really struggling here. And I'm struggling because I don't know whether or not to be funny or, or serious,
Is there a balance?
because it is a very serious topic, but considering, I'm sorry, I'm so phlegmy. I don't even I don't know why. Like, so when I'm
The heat,
clearing my
man.
I'm telling you, like, something is wrong here.
Hmm.
Um, in any case, I don't I don't dig the whole belittling thing. Um, I don't think I've ever really had an issue with it before, so I don't really know how I would handle it. Like, if I was belittled in front of somebody, and like, I don't think that I mean, apart from just being funny, I don't think that I've belittled other people, aside from joking, like like my brother, or something, like in public, or I don't even think that I've ever done that to Tim, and he can chime in if I have, but I don't really think that I have, because I am very overprotective, very, very overprotective. Like, even if something that is coming out of your mouth is true, I don't give a shit. You're not gonna talk about my partner like that. So, like, I will fight somebody if, if they said something like that. Again, aside from maybe like a small joke or something, like, I don't think that I've ever done that. I don't like that kind of thing, especially in public. Because when you do something in public and it hurts someone's feelings, that's not a good thing.
No, and it makes you wonder, what is the thought process of putting something like that on public display? You're obviously trying to make yourself look better to other people who are watching over something that, at the end of the day, is none of their fucking business. If
Right.
if we can be honest, um,
Right.
so that's why you know, I took great exception whenever that scenario presented itself. It's like, who the fuck do you think you are? Have you forgotten who I am? Clearly, you have. I am not just some buddy of yours. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be somebody significant in your life, and you will not talk to me or treat me or belittle me in a public realm like that. That
Right.
I don't do that to you, by God, and you're not going to do that to me. Which again leads back to the borrowed time thing, and it also kind of lends into number two here is never talk down to them. Now, what I will say is when you are in the heat of the moment, if you are in an argument and your buttons are getting pushed, because you and Tim have been
Yeah.
together long enough that you know what pushes his buttons. You know what
Yep.
he can say to really get a reaction, or if not a reaction internally, you know damn well it triggered something. Vice
Yeah.
versa, he knows what buttons to push with you. I have no doubt.
He knows all the fucking buttons and
Now,
he pushes them well.
during the course, I don't need you to peel the curtain back too far, but during the course of an argument, do you guys find yourselves talking down to one another? Because this is something, self-admittedly, I am really working on how to communicate in that kind of thing. But at the same
Not
time, it's like, man, you're pushing a button, and I'm relaying the fact, like, we should probably ease off this a little bit, but you keep going to the point to where it puts me in a frame of mind where I'm in complete defense mode.
yeah.
And when we are in defense mode, we will say shit just to either get your point across or to protect whatever you've got going on internally. There is a right way to go about it. Talking down to your partner is not the way to do it.
Yeah.
Just just my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we really talk down to each other like during an argument. Um I I mean, yeah, self-admittedly, one of my one of my favorite sayings, not really favorite, but for some ungodly reason it's like the first thing that usually always wants to come out of my mouth usually is, "Are you fucking stupid?" It's that, it's that like, or no, I don't really think that you're stupid, but that is definitely something that would hurt someone's feelings. And one of Tim's big pet peeves is him, you know, me not thinking that he's stupid or calling him stupid. So I have had to backtrack my mouth a couple of times because I don't really mean it like as in, are you stupid? Because I know he's not stupid. It's just like one of those, are you serious? Questions like, is this for real? Um, but that's not what wants to come out of my mouth. What wants to come out of my mouth is, are you stupid? And I think that's just because, like, that's just something that me and my brother used to say to each other, like, all the time, every argument. Like, are you stupid? No, you're stupid. No, you're stupid. Kind of a deal. It's just something that's always been kind of like ingrained.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like, you're not supposed to say the word retarded anymore. It's not PC. It's not, accepted nowadays. But you don't know how many times I've had to stop myself and been like, from saying, oh my God, I'm so retarded. You know, like not calling anyone else retarded, but calling myself retarded. Like, oh, I'm such a tard, you know. Oh my goodness, like that's what we used to say when we were in our youth. And so it's like it's hard not to say it now. You know, even though you're talking about yourself. And oh, there was a couple of my friends who were very PC, and every time I'd say that, they're like, "You can't use that word," and it's like, "Oh shit, sorry," you know, just trying to respect, you know, other people's opinions or whatnot. But yeah, we don't. There isn't really like a whole lot of belittling going on, you know, except for saying some phrases that, you know, we used to use. And like, I mean, I certainly don't feel like I'm belittled by Tim at all.
It's good. It's real good.
At least not during an argument,
Hmm.
you know.
All right. Number three on this list, never ignore them. Never
Oh,
ignore
I
your
ignore
partner.
Tim all the time. All the time. It's not by choice.
Like you're not hearing what he's saying, you're not acknowledging what he's saying. Like
Sometimes
what do you
I
mean
don't
there?
even know he's talking to me. Like seriously. And the funny part is like this just happened. Um it was after your guys's show, the sports reel. Eric and Tim came upstairs and, you know, from Tim's studio, and they're sitting in the chair, and they're like, I'm sitting here like scrolling through TikToks. And all the while, those two fuckers were sitting there like asking me questions. And I had no idea until it was like, you know, because both of them are pretty loud, especially by the time they get done with that show. Like they come up and they're like, oh, blah, 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 blah. The minute I hear the noise stop, I turn, I look, and they're staring at me. And I'm like, what? And they're like, we're sitting here talking to you. And I'm just like, what the fuck? What'd you even say? You know? And then yeah, like, and this happens a lot. Like for some reason, me multitasking, like reading a book, listening to the TV, and hearing what my kid is saying, is not that does not happen past your 40s anymore. It gets harder and harder to do multiple things at the same time. And man, usually like when I am focused in on something, like I am focused and I won't even hear anyone say anything to me. So it's not that I'm ignoring him on purpose, because I'm not. I'm just so hyper focused on what I'm doing. And, you know, a person my age, apparently it's way harder to keep track of everything going on around you. Um than what it used to be. So like I don't like that whole thing, because I don't think it's really a sign of disrespect. I think it's just a sign of old age.
Okay.
Or maybe my brain is just not functioning properly. I don't know.
This is going to lend into another article further down the list. So I'm going to put a pin in
Okay.
this part on my aspect of it until we get down later in the list because I can incorporate both these here together. Oh, Dave is joining us, that which makes me happy. Dave always joins the live streams. No matter what show we do, this guy is on it, and I really appreciate that.
I can't see any comments, just so you know. So I have
Oh,
no idea what's being said, if anything. But
can you see that? It popped up on the screen.
no,
It's not.
I'm on my phone.
Oh, well, that explains it.
Yeah.
Dave said, "At my age, I don't even know what I went to the other room for."
Right. Exactly, Dave. Exactly. Like, usually I don't agree with you on a lot of stuff that you post on the other podcasts, but I agree with you there.
All right. This is a big one. This next one, number 4. This is a big one. I don't know how many times I've I've been made aware of this scenario in other people's relationships. Sometimes it happens right in fucking front of me, and I um, wind up feeling really bad for them because man, the psychological damage, whether it's communicated or not, the psychological damage internally is in many aspects irreversible. So,
Right.
and this goes, it's not regulated to one side of the relationship or the other. This happens across the board. Never make them feel replaceable. If
Yeah.
you make me feel like I'm replaceable, like I'm just here for this block of time, or my presence is not uh so if my presence, I'm trying to find the right word here, if my presence is deemed expendable, you are on borrowed time,
Yeah.
because like I know what I bring to the table for for all my faults, and I've got a shit ton of them. My positives outweigh my negatives, right?
Yeah.
Um, but when you start throwing shit at me to make me feel like I'm replaceable, you've you're starting to chip away internally the foundation on the relationship, whether it be personal or professional. You are telling me that I am I'm not as you're telling me I'm not good enough, except for the
Yeah.
here and now. And so I'm sorry, but I
Well,
have
the
enough self respect for myself where I don't need to be made to feel like like you're doing me a favor. You know what I mean? Because
right.
at the end of the day, you're not. Okay, you're causing more internal damage than you even fucking realize, and you need to calm the fuck down.
I mean, I completely agree with that, and I kind of view that as like your relationship is basically over if if you're treating it like your partner is replaceable. It I kind of lump that into the same category almost as asking for a prenup. Like I am not even working in a law office, I am not a fan of prenups. It's literally saying we're going to get divorced before you even get married. So why even do it at that point? Like if you really don't think that you're going to be with the person. Now, I understand there's like levels of protection. You just, cuz you can never truly know somebody. I'm not completely against them per se. I'm just like, if someone is so interested in a prenup, it's the relationship. You're basically saying, that you have this feeling that something's going to happen down the road. So again, why would you get married? But I'm very biased when it comes to that. Because I worked in a law office and because I seen the aftermath of these marriages and material possessions and all this shit. Did someone say something? Okay, spill it. Who said it? Was it Dave?
No.
Was it Tim?
Yes.
This motherfucker. What did he say?
Then why did you make me sign one?
I did not make him sign one. That is so stupid. That is so ridiculous. Anyways, I was like, what the hell is so funny about what I said? But
No, it's
now I know it's the comic relief. Um Not belittling you, by the way. Uh, so in any case, yeah, no, I completely agree. I think that, relationships that you get into that, you're making the other person feel like they're replaceable. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work.
You're on borrowed time.
Yeah,
Especially
it's
me being the way that I am nowadays.
yeah.
My, you know, as well as anybody, I used to have a truckload of patients for just about every scenario. Unfortunately, that's no longer a thing. And it's unfortunate for those people who come into my life at this stage. And I've had conversations. I'm like, man, why don't you give me the same grace um, that you gave so and so, or that you used to do? Look, I'm sorry, but it is because of that bullshit that I no longer entertain or allow that kind of behavior against me. I'm
Right.
I've lived enough of my life in constant turmoil and controversy and walking around on eggshells. I'm not fucking doing it anymore. End of
Yeah.
fucking story.
Well, you don't
Period.
have to either.
No, and I'm not going to. And I realize that I'm going to lose people in my life because of that approach. But if I lose those kind of people, that tells me what their level of commitment to my presence in their life is, and
Right.
I don't need it. Real quick, can you throw Tim the remote?
No.
The Chiefs game is about to start.
Oh. Oh shit. Okay.
He literally put it on here. That's why I know.
Remote throne. Oh my god.
All right.
You couldn't have just said it? Like he's literally right there.
Oh, so fun. All right, number 5. Never downplay your need for them.
I agree with that statement. It's just really hard sometimes because I'm not a big person that shows a lot of that kind of affection to begin with. It's very hard for me. I don't know
Is it
why it's so.
defense?
No. I don't know why I am uncomfortable with that shit. Like, and I'm not talking like I'm not uncomfortable with like public displays of affection or anything like that. It's dude, honestly, I have no idea why I am the way I am. But for some ungodly reason, like unless it's like a special occasion or like an out of the blue type of thing, I am not like a mushy gushy, let me tell you every day how much like you do you tell your woman exactly how you feel and that she is appreciated and all that stuff. Like I just don't do that. It's not that I don't want to. Maybe it's because I feel like I don't need to. Maybe that's it. Um maybe I feel like he already knows, so I don't need to say it. Like we'll do like little things, maybe that's it, that we just do like little things like literally it is every fucking day he will walk in this house and he'll start oh my god, it's so ridiculous. He'll walk into the house, he comes around, he greets the dogs because the dogs are so damn easy, eager to see him and everything, and then all of a sudden he'll come around the corner and he'll be like, "You're the most beautiful girl in the world." Like he literally will sing it. And when he sings it, he belts it at the top of his mouth. And then I will be like, "You're the most handsomest man in the world." Like, you know what I mean? Like we have our little things, but I'm not like, "I love you and I need you so much in my life and I'm so appreciative I have you and blah 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 blah." Like I don't do that. I don't do that. And I don't know why. But like I will in like cards or like, on our anniversary, I'll write him something ushy gushy, I don't even know if he likes that kind of thing. I'm just not one of those people. I'm just not.
Dave says that Tim needs to know he is pretty sometimes.
He is pretty. He's actually he's a very handsome man. Very handsome.
Yeah, I'll agree with
I
that.
like him.
Yeah, he's cool. Number 6. Never cause them to feel embarrassed.
Tim embarrasses my ass all the time. All the fucking time. And I see
On purpose?
nothing. I don't know. I don't know if it's on purpose. I don't let that kind of thing really get to me though. Like, I mean, if I've had enough, you know, I'll let him know, like, hey, it is time to stop. Sometimes he will, and sometimes he doesn't. It just depends. But I don't let that impact like our relationship. It's not like I come home and be like, you embarrassed me fucking 3 times out in public today. You know, like,
Mhm.
I hate you or something like that, you know? Like, I don't know. Cause he's just, I don't know. He's just a funny dude. So I would think that that would just depend on the actual relationship. Like, sure, don't go out there and try to embarrass your partner. Like, that's fucking stupid and shitty, and sometimes it sucks really bad, and you could possibly lose your partner over it.
Fuck yeah.
But you know,
100%.
like, for real. But if your relationship is the weird, quirky one, like Tim and I have, I mean, that's not a thing. Tim
I
walks around the fucking living room and dances with his fucking shirt wrapped like inside of the thing, and he'll like do this little dance in front of our big ass bay window. Like, do you know how embarrassing that is? Like, we have neighbors.
yeah, you do.
We have to live here,
I
and
guess
he
my
just don't care.
my thing is if you're trying to make yourself look better by embarrassing your partner,
Yeah,
that's
that's different.
that's huge. That's a huge
It,
fucking problem.
that's huge, and I think that that's different. But Tim embarrasses me in just other ways. But it's not something that's like relationship ending because he's just a funny fucking guy.
That he is. Earlier in the show, I said I was going to put a pin in number
Yeah.
3, which was never ignore them. And I said I'm gonna pause this because I can incorporate it into what winds up being number 7.
Okay.
Um, Tim says I've got no shame, by the way.
He doesn't.
No, it's fact. Um, Never look away or text while you're talking. Now, I'm going to tell you something. This is and has been my biggest source of contention with people and the dynamic of their relationships. If I'm in a conversation with you, and unless I'm asking you to look something up, this motherfucker should not be coming into play. The second you pick your phone up to do anything, I don't give a fuck. I mean, unless it is to look something up, to check the time, or check the weather. The second you pick your phone up, the second you glance at it because the ding went off because you got a text message, the minute you shift your focus away from our conversation, I am done. I am wrapping up the conversation because what you have told me is whatever is going on with this stupid fucking electronic is more important than what I've got to say. Now,
Right.
I realize there are times I'm long winded, but whatever is happening on this piece of shit can and should and will wait. If you deem that that is priority over what I have to say, again, you're chipping away at the foundation.
Yeah.
because that to me is a telltale sign of a underlying lack of respect that you have for me. And I, again, borrowed time.
Is this
I
like
hate,
serious conversations that you're having or just any conversation that you're
I would
having?
say, look, I would say of a more serious tone, because
Okay.
I
Okay.
did see a TikTok the other day, and it really put shit in perspective. It was one, because I, my algorithm is the way that it is, but there was a guy who was sitting there saying, real true love is this, and he laid out a scenario where you're both on the couch, you're both scrolling through your phones or what have you, but there's that feeling of comfort, that feeling of safety. When you have that with your partner, that is incredibly important. I'm talking like if we're in the middle of a serious conversation
Yeah.
and you pick your phone up or you glance at your phone because somebody texted you or whatever. Fuck that, man. You
Yeah.
have
Yeah, no, I can get behind that.
I-
I'm like, we text all the time when we're talking to each other. Um, or we'll glance at our phones or whatever, while we're having a conversation. Usually it's like to look something up, like he'll be like, oh, we got Chase's tournament, what time is that at, and then it's like, hang on, I gotta look at my phone, kind of a deal. But yeah, during the real serious conversations, yeah, your phone should not be in your hands. Your
mm-mm,
phone should not actually be anywhere near you unless it's like in your pocket and you're fucking ignoring it.
right.
Like we were we were grocery shopping and we were like talking cuz like our Sunday mornings are like our Sunday mornings. It's really stupid, like we'll wake up ass early in the morning, we'll go to Starbucks, we'll get our coffee, we go grocery shopping, and like that's like our time to be together, whatever. And I know it sounds so ridiculous. It's kind of like Friday night, we usually will go to a restaurant, the three of us as a family, and that's when we get to actually spend family time and catch up and talk about stuff that we need to talk about, whatever. That's usually when that happens. But we were grocery shopping, and it wasn't last week, it was the week before. So we both have Apple Watches, and Tim kept on like checking his watch or something, like, and I'm talking to him and I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, do you have somewhere you have to fucking be? You know? Because he
I
kept checking his watch. And I'm like offended. Like, this is our time. And he's all like, I felt like he was checking his watch. But what was really happening was our home alarm was like going off. And it kept sending him notifications that, there was like movement. It was the fucking cats. So, like, the cat would get in front of the damn camera and like wag its tail or whatever, and he was getting these like notifications that someone was in our home, So I'm thinking he's just checking the fucking time because he's got somewhere he's got to be, and he was just so uninterested. When in reality, it was the fucking our home, camera system fucking sending him alerts saying that there's someone in the house. He's checking the camera like on his watch. It's a fucking cat. So I'm just like, okay, I feel so stupid right now. Like, I'm sorry. Cause I literally like I stopped and I was like, I'm sorry, is there somewhere you need to fucking be? And he's like, no. He's like, the alarm thing's going off. I was like, oh shit.
I again, if it's an actual viable reason,
Yeah.
okay, I am way more understanding and
But you
accepting of
need to
that.
look at it to even see if it's a viable reason.
Right.
So then why are you even looking at it right at that point in time?
Yeah.
Just saying.
All right, number 8, never manipulate them. I
Yeah, I
don't
don't
really
like
feel like that's a
manipulation at
thing
all.
with you two.
No, not really.
You know, I do know
He
other
might
that.
manipulate me into eating one extra brownie. But I then manipulate him into eating half of it with me. Like, yeah, that's not really a thing. I don't really see that being a thing with you guys either.
No, no,
Yeah.
no. It's
Like, I
not.
agree, it's a bad thing. You shouldn't
Yeah,
fucking do that. That's a shitty thing to do.
listen.
But
You all you need to do is go on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or whatever the hell, and look and see how your friends are communicating or tagging their partners, the wives, husbands, boyfriends, girlfriends, whatever the case may be, and
yeah,
they put the shit on full display, and it's like, are you off your fucking meds? Like, what are you doing right now? What
right.
makes you think? Do you think you're being funny? Do you think you're being entertaining? Because the answer is no to both. In fact, you're kind of making me look at you in a different kind of way. And it really makes me wonder what the fuck goes on
Yeah.
off social media. You know, what kind of dynamic is happening there? Now, if they're playing around just to get views or likes or or whatever, I mean, I guess, but there's other ways to go about it.
Yeah.
I, but you're right. No, that's not a thing that she and I do to one another, and I know sure shit you guys know. So, number 9, never boss them around. God damn it, Tim! This is
I
where you
want to
need to come on
pass
here, man.
this one.
Huh?
You know, I'm just bossy in nature. I cannot help the way that God made me. And he's pretty fucking used to it. So, and actually, I am not bad. Like, it'll be like, dude, I need you to take out the trash, or something. Like, I'm not a big asshole about it. I'm not like, are you fucking kidding me? You didn't take out the fucking trash. Like, I'm not like that. But I'm like, okay, the trash needs to go out. Um, you need to quit, putting your fucking beard hair in the sink. You need to quit flipping the fucking toilet paper so that the thing is that the squares come out behind the thing at the bottom. You need to make sure the squares come out at the top. Like, I.
Over, not under.
Yes, it's over, not under. And I don't know who the fuck, I don't know if it's him or if it's Chase that's flipping the fucking toilet paper, but it's annoying as shit. Like, it is annoying. And so yeah, like there are certain little things that I will be bossy as hell about, but I'm not fucking mean. I'm not like, you know, I'm gonna whoop your ass or not feed you dinner, because you did that.
All
I
right.
mean, I'm sure it doesn't help a relationship. Sorry. Cameo made by Charlie.
Hello, Charlie. Way of
I know.
running on a Saturday night. Love it.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, I
Are you bossy? Are you a bossy bitch?
no, I'm not. No, I'm pretty. I'm pretty even keel. But I'll tell you this. I think part of that is I really try to anticipate her needs or her wants or things that need to be done, so she doesn't even have to address it. It's
That's
already
super
done.
sweet.
The If I see that the trash is getting up towards the top, I'm not going to wait until it's overflowing. I'm going to take the trash bag out. I'm going to tie it up. I'm going to take it outside and put it in the garbage can. I will also, as soon as I take that trash can or that trash bag out, I will put a brand new one in before I take the old trash, because that's just I I look at the little things like that. Like if you
Yeah.
take the trash bag out and there's not one in there, it's inevitable that somebody is blindly going to assume that there is a bag in there and they're just going to keep throwing shit in the can. I am not going to be responsible for why there's coffee grounds or melted ice cream or some other food remnant rotting at
Yeah.
the bottom of the goddamn trash can because I didn't put a bag in. That is never going to be a thing. It's the little
See,
things like that.
with the trash though, like if I see Tim walking out with the trash, I'll put a trash bag in right behind him. Like I don't even care about taking the trash out. And actually, I need to not complain about anything because, like, recently, I mean, for the most part, Tim has transitioned into doing a lot of the housework, anyways. So I have no room to complain at all. Like, technically, I should probably take out the damn trash. But one of my biggest pet peeves is playing Tetris with the trash. Everyone's playing Tetris. What else can I fucking fit on here just perfectly enough to where like I don't have to take the bag out? It will fit perfectly and then the next person will have to take the bag out. And then the next person goes over there and they strategically place their trash in a Tetris like way so that they're not the last ones. And mind, it is a damn kitchen bag. And usually I am the one that takes the fucking trash out. But when it's completely fucking full and we have mushed it down so many times, it's kind of like, okay, fuckers, if you were the last one to put something in, quit playing Tetris and just take it out. Just take it out. I don't get that. And it's literally, it's just the Tetris thing that it kills me. Kills me. It's like, just take out the trash. Just take it out.
We have to address a rumor right now.
Oh, what's the rumor? Did he write something else?
Is it true you beat him if he doesn't get you water?
Does it look like I could beat him?
Yes, actually, it does.
Oh, shit. I didn't anticipate that response. Um, it is not true. I'm pretty sure this motherfucker has the abuse hotline, spousal abuse hotline on speed dial. I have not beaten him yet, but I have came close.
Hmm, I could see that. Yeah, yeah. It's like
No.
the magma gets right up to the top of that volcano, and it's going to go one of two ways. It's either going to come back down, or it's
Yeah.
going to. It's
And
going to be
that
rougher than Mount St.
that all depends on his response because I know when I'm getting angry. I know when I have to step away and I will shut down. So
Do
I
you
just
communicate that though?
automatically, huh?
Do you communicate that when you are
I
getting
don't
to a
say
point?
I'm going to I will tell him to stop because I feel myself getting like so angry that I'm like I literally feel like I'm going to turn green and rip out of my fucking clothes and start like hitting somebody. So like we've been together so long, like he knows the fucking drill. He knows that like I need time and he doesn't like giving time. So we've talked about that before on the show. He sometimes will push buttons because he just wants me to talk to him and I can't at that moment. But do I tell him, "Hey, I'm about ready to fucking blow. You need to leave me alone." No, I do not say those words. I just tell him stop. I can't talk about this right now. And like usually he gets it. And then usually he can't stand me not talking to him for more than like a minute and then he'll try again. It's irritating as shit, but It is what it is.
I know when I start feeling that way, I I will word for word make it known. Look, I'm getting pushed to a point, and I really need to just hit pause right this second and let me collect my goddamn thoughts. Let me calm down, because if you keep going, you keep pushing. I'm telling you as a courtesy, I'm getting real close to just opening Pandora's box, and I don't want to do that because
Yeah.
I know how vile I can be, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to be
Correct.
that kind of vile to another human. Like, I let me process this the way that I need to process it so that I can communicate more effectively. But if I relay to you out of respect, out of admiration, we need to hit pause and you keep pushing that button, you deserve every goddamn thing that is about to come out of my mouth, because I
Right.
gave you ample opportunity, for the lack of a better term, to shut the fuck up for a minute. That's all I need.
Yeah.
Shut up for a minute. I understand you're trying to make a point. I understand you are feeling a certain kind of way. I am acknowledging that. I understand that. But I need you to acknowledge the way you're communicating or what you have said has triggered me or it's making me feel a certain kind of way. I'm trying to find the best way to navigate through this for both of us or all of us, whatever the situation is, professionally and personally. I'm telling you,
Right.
I'm about ready to lose my shit. So let's stop before
Yeah.
that happens. And I don't know if people think it's a fucking game or they think it's entertaining to get me that riled up. It's not. It's not fun at
Yeah.
all. It's not fun for me, and it's sure as fuck ain't going to be fun for you, if I can be
Right.
honest. Um, so goddamn, man, like meet me in the middle. All right,
Agreed.
completely lost my. Oh, number 10. We only have a few more here.
Okay.
Never laugh at their mistakes or faults.
I mean, I laugh at his fucking mistakes all the time.
Do you
I think
really?
it just I sometimes I do. But he laughs at mine too. Like literally, I'll use one of mine as an example. So I was baking some cookies and like I wasn't actually even baking them. I was like mixing them up in my KitchenAid mixer and I was talking to him at the same time that I was doing it. And I went to go put the goddamn baking soda in and I forgot to turn the fucking mixer off and the baking soda went poof as soon as I turned the thing on, and like baking soda got fucking everywhere. It was like in my hair, in my eyes, all over me, all over my counters, and all he did was just sit there and laugh. Like
Okay, now something like that's funny.
I I feel right. Like, so where's the line between what's funny and what's not? Because sometimes when he makes a mistake, like it's funny. So yeah, I laugh, but he also laughs at mine too. Like I don't really see, depending on what the mistake is, I don't see what the big deal is about that one. Cuz
I think
everyone
that,
makes mistakes.
yeah, we do. We're human for sure.
Right.
I feel like this was written more of if you did something wrong, you made a mistake, and it really disrupts your soul. Like it's something on that
Yeah.
level. And if somebody pokes fun at that or makes light of that, it could be something
Yeah,
very
I
serious
mean,
to you.
I
Um,
hear ya.
but I also, like, I understand you and Tim said it here too. You got to find humor in life through the good and the
Yeah.
bad. Yeah. But if you're going through something that it really has disrupted the flow of your soul, like it just bothers you that much when you feel like that is being um, picked apart or made fun of. that's going to fuck with a person pretty good. And I do
Yeah,
want
for
I want
sure.
to address this question that Dave asked. You cut promos on your partner when you're angry? I have. Yep.
I don't.
And it's it hasn't happened in a really long. I haven't been pushed to that point in a long time where I have legitimately cut a promo on a quote unquote partner. Um, but goddamn, the last one that I did still gets brought up 3 4 years later. You know,
Wow.
and again, it was
That's
one of
when
the
you
things.
know it was a good one.
That's when again I said you need to shut the fuck up. I'm about ready to lose my shit. Kept pushing, kept poking, kept prodding, and yeah, a good
Well,
15
good.
minutes worth straight
I
shot too.
mean, if they ask for it, I mean, like, what the fuck you gonna do? You know, like, especially if they know this shit. Like, they have no one else to blame but themselves. What the fuck did he say again?
Not it
What?
was Dave. It was Dave this time.
Oh.
Like when my friend lost his foot to diabetes, and I played the song "Footloose" for him.
Oh my god.
Oh,
I mean, wait though. How did his friend feel about that?
yeah. Well, listen, there's two sides to every story, right? Oh my
Mm-hmm.
god, fuck, that was funny. Uh okay, okay. Never put anyone else before them. I don't. This is
I
not
put I
fun.
put my fucking kids before all.
Well, like
So
kids, take kids off the table. Obviously.
it said
Like
never put anyone
I
before
feel like
them.
there is an unwritten rule where if you really like your kids, they are top
If
priority.
you really like your kids,
Hey, some people don't. Some people don't like their kids. I feel bad for
God,
people like that
ain't
because
that the truth? That
you know
actually, that is a very true statement.
mhm,
Very true statement.
they like them when it's convenient.
No,
And
yeah, I definitely I wouldn't put anyone other than my children before my husband.
for sure, or partner, or
Yeah, I'm like partner.
whatever that title looks like. Like I make no bones about the fact. My priority, and then again, we're taking the children aspect off the table because they
Out.
are they
Right.
are above the grade, as it were. But I make it abundantly clear there is nobody, nobody, nothing above my girl. She is my
Yeah.
priority. She is the center of my world. And I make it abundantly clear. I don't put my shit out there for the public, because some people don't even know what the fuck her name is. Um, that's done strategically, right? I would love to be able to just sing her praises at the drop of every hat, but there's a right way and a wrong way to do things. But regardless, anybody who talks to me on any level in any realm, here, there, work, wherever, I make it very clear. 'Cause you know where I work, you know what a cesspool that place is and how toxic that kind of environment can be, especially when you are dealing with less than favorable members of the opposite sex and things of this nature.
Yeah.
I make it very clear right out of the gate. I am untouchable. I am in a very happy, committed, rock solid relationship. I do not entertain anything. I do not look at anything. I do not talk to anybody unless I absolutely fucking have to.
Right.
Because I make it abundantly clear there is no wiggle room here. You know, she's my
Yeah.
one. Then that's the end. That's the end of the story. Period.
Yeah.
I feel like that needs
I
to be
mean,
done more and more often across the board for people.
They only want to if they want to, if that makes sense
Makes
to
total
you.
sense.
Like, if, they're not going to do that if they don't want to, or if they're not as committed or, whatever. Like, that's all I got to say about that.
All right, two more here. Never be too busy for them. Now, what you said something earlier, actually a couple things earlier, that lets me know that in the hustle and bustle of your guys' life, you carve out time with Tim, with the family. Friday nights, like I know there is no recording with the Sheridans on Friday nights because you guys have every week have family dinner night. I know
Yeah.
that and I appreciate that. Sundays, you and Tim do your Sunday morning routine. You're going to the Starbucks, or you're going to breakfast, or you're going grocery shopping, or whatever the case may be. Fucking love that because our lives are
Yeah.
just we've got 10 pounds of shit in a 5 pound bag, and it can be real
Yeah.
easy to neglect your partner. So it is incredibly important to carve out that time with them, to give them your undivided attention for that block of time or that particular day. Um, so that's yeah, never be too busy for your partner. I mean, I got to do that too.
Agreed.
I got to be
Yeah.
very strategic with the recording schedules because it would be too easy for me to sit here every single day of the week and record a different show. Too easy,
Yeah.
but that's not fair to her. She don't want to listen
Right.
to that shit, so I have to. That's why
Ain't no one got time for that.
ain't nobody got time for that shit. But that's why we're on a schedule, and
Yeah.
so we know going into every week. Okay, the kids have this going on. My kids have that going on. You're doing this. I've got this to do. I'm recording with Tim and Eric on Tuesday at 6:30 or whatever. I'm recording with Amy on Saturday or what. You know what I mean? Jill on Sunday.
Yeah.
Like we know what going into it, so that we can plan accordingly, so that we can map out that time. That's incredibly important.
Right.
And finally, never be inconsiderate of their feelings.
I mean, I agree with this one, but you also, I guess you never know how someone feels unless you express that something is bothering you. Because, like, there, why am I having such a hard time saying this shit? I can explain it any other day. Excuse me.
Of course.
Um, yeah, so I mean, not it's hard. It's hard. Feelings is a whole thing, right? So like anything could hurt someone's feelings. And sometimes it like doesn't hurt their feelings, but on like a certain day maybe it does hurt their feelings. Like of course be considerate of their feelings, but sometimes you say stuff that you don't know hurts their feelings, and then and then you have to just be better after that. So,
Feelings is
did
a
I
funny
explain
thing.
that right?
No, feelings are a funny thing because they're we can't help how we feel about shit. We feel the
Right.
way we feel about it. The the exception that I take is when I'm expressing how I feel and the feedback is you're being too sensitive or you're taking it too personally or this that or
Or they
the other.
downplay the situation.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
have
that
a
sucks.
listen. You can't tell me that because I'm telling you what you just said or what you just did, how that made me feel. You can't tell me I'm wrong because I
Yeah.
feel that way. That's just the way I'm wired. It's the way that you're wired. We're all wired, you know, uniquely. That's part of what makes us who we are as individuals. So if you say something and it is received in a way, now there are times where things are misunderstood, in which case
Right.
it's a simple conversation of what you said made me feel like this. The other party then has the opportunity to be like, I'm sorry you took it that way. This is what I meant to say, and I should have worded it this way. Which fine, I
Right.
understand that. I do that shit all the time. There are things that come out, and as soon as it come out, I'm like, damn it, that's not how I wanted that relayed. But I will
Yeah.
immediately let that be known. Um,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's not how I wanted that to come out. It just fell out. I'm sorry about that. This is what I meant to say. Um, but yeah, feeling we are justified and we deserve to feel what we do, and to be
Right.
told that oh you're taking it too personally or this. No, I don't really think I am because it triggered something for a reason. Whether it triggered something that happened in our past that this is a residual effect from it, which is unfortunate, but it does happen. Um, there's just I don't know, man. I will always try to put other people's feelings in perspective or on display. Okay, why why did you feel that? Why did you react the way that you did to something that I said? What did I say that triggered you? And then I will try to find a different way. I'm not dismissing my point, but perhaps there's another way that I can relay my point without it triggering them. You feel me?
Right.
So,
Yeah.
every day, man, every day I come across something that will force me or teach me to better communicate, to
Yeah.
look at the big picture, not just the here and now. I can look at the whole picture. I mean, oh, okay, I get it. I should have done this, and I will make every attempt moving forward to conduct myself in that manner because I understand that's how I need to be for you to receive what I'm trying to relay. You know,
Yeah.
um, communication is a two-way street. You're only going to get so far if one side is shut down, and it's generally not going to go very very far. When
Absolutely.
someone tells
I
me I
agree.
am just being sensitive, I tell them they are poopy heads.
Who said
Dave,
that?
Dave.
Of course. Of course. I expect nothing less, Dave.
Oh, well, that is the 13 articles on how to respect and honor your partner. Anything from there that wasn't on that list that you feel like could be incorporated here?
I mean, there is a whole, but there is way more than 13 things, dynamics that go into a relationship and how to respect someone. The title of that whole thing kind of makes me feel 50s ish, like why don't you just throw in the word obey up in there too, like, you know,
That's
respect and
fair.
honor thy partner, and obey.
Hmm.
Like gross. But all of it's true. It's all true, but I feel like there's so many things that go into, respecting your partner. Um that I mean, there would be too many to name now, but it was definitely a good start.
100%. Um, Tim, Tim, Tim writes, You must obey me, woman.
You're such a dork.
Ask them
Oh,
what
goodness
the score of the
gracious.
Chiefs game is.
At It's 7-0, Chiefs,
Who are they playing?
Arizona.
Oh, Arizona's going to fucking kill them. It's going to be awesome. I'm totally kidding.
I'm like, really? Because they're losing right now.
Oh, for come on. Well, we'll talk more about this on Tuesday when Tim and Eric will be live on the air for the Sports Real podcast. I do have to do one quick programming note. This coming Friday is scheduled to be our next episode of the Fatal Four Way on ONTV. Unfortunately, that is going to it is the same weekend as the Woodward Dream Cruise.
Mm.
And Joe Johnson, our director at ONTV, is actually going to Woodward to cover the opening ceremonies. So we will not
Oh,
be at ONTV on this Friday, but Fatal Four Way will still be live this Friday night beginning at 6 p.m. across our platforms where you're watching this right now. It will be simulcast on Facebook, Riverside.fm, and our YouTube channel. So there will still be a Fatal Four Way episode this week. It just will not be on ONTV, which
right on.
gives us an opportunity to get a little raw. We don't have nearly as many
Yeah.
um, constraints in terms of our dialogue.
Wow.
So yeah,
I
that's
look forward to seeing that episode.
pretty cool.
This upcoming weekend is also Lapeer Days weekend.
Yeah, you guys
I
going?
shall be down there drinking all of the coconut lemonade.
What? Where is that at?
It's at the doghouse downtown.
Coconut lemonade
Oh, it's so freaking good.
sounds amazing.
It is. It is very amazing.
Son of a bitch. I may
Yeah.
have to. That's damn near worth going down and dealing with that monstrosity.
I think it is.
You guys doing the carnival?
Well, so this will be the first year that we actually take Chase and let him be with his friends.
Oh,
Yeah, and so that will be weird, and I will be tracking his every movement. And he will have to check in every hour on the hour. We were explaining that to him from dinner on, this past Friday. Like, this is your year, your first year. And he seemed pretty excited about that. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. And I don't know, maybe Tim and I will share a bucket of fries with some malt vinegar and watch Hinder.
oh, I was going to ask you who's the headliner this year, and
Fucking Hinder.
I remember seeing it in the Lapeer County Press,
Yeah, so
and
ridiculous.
then I forgot. So Hinder.
I'm more interested in the Bon Jovi cover band on Friday night, but Friday night he's taken me to the rodeo in Armada.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
That'll be
I
cool.
really enjoy a good rodeo.
I understand. I
Yeah,
understand.
it's bull riding.
Yeah,
Yay.
maybe one day, once we get real big and popular and successful and rich, we'll take the show on the road to Cody, Wyoming. They do it up as far as rodeos. Apparently, that's one of the biggest ones in the United States.
That'll
Eric
be
Bischoff
awesome.
told me about it. Yeah, and
That's cool as shit.
fuck yeah,
Like, I'm down
absolutely.
for any kind of bull riding anything. Like, I watch that shit all the time. I know, it's weird. It's
No,
weird.
I don't think it's weird. It's no weirder than covering the PBA. Thank you, Dave.
Speaking of the PBA, like, I was actually thinking about Dave the other day
Mhm.
because uh, on my TikTok feed, which is really bizarre, it was showing me like PBA players getting really angry. Like, so it was like clips of these pro bowlers getting super angry. Like, this guy, he's pretty famous. I cannot remember what his name is. He usually wears like sunglasses or whatever, like while he's bowling, which is so bizarre. But he like threw it, and of course he didn't get the strike, and he like yelled at just some random person, like, don't you flash that camera. And there like was no camera flash. And you see the people behind him being like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You know, so, but it was like a whole compilation of PBA bowlers just getting so angry at like the crowd and stuff. Like, you messed up my approach. Don't you do that on my approach. It was so funny. And I was just like, oh my gosh, Dave has to know about this stuff.
I am going to have to look that up.
Yeah,
If we can incorporate
it
that,
is freaking hilarious.
damn.
It's so funny.
Oh, well, I'll have to check that out. Maybe I can do a special feature on Tuesday's show. Uh, this just came across my radar and kind of a preview for Tuesday's show. Netflix is apparently looking to get the broadcast rights for MLB's Home Run Derby at the All Star break next
Ooh,
year. So
nice.
I'm gonna do some research on that and hopefully have a full report this coming Tuesday. One more time, Tuesday night, 6 p.m., right here on the Sports Reel podcast across the platforms of the PFC Entertainment Network. You'll hear Tim Sheridan, Eric Mandel break down the world of sports as only they can. Football is right around, well, I mean, we're in preseason right now, so I'm sure they have an opinion as we make our way to the start of the opening for the regular season. MLB getting towards the latter part of their season. We're starting to kind of put pieces in place for potential playoffs, things of this nature. But you can check out all the information at pfcnetwork.net, the official website of all the great shows here. And be sure to check out pfcstore.printify.me for the latest merchandise of this show and all of our great shows. And we're just handful of days away from the launch of the fall lineup. And I'm really excited about putting the
Yay.
final touches on that and making the big reveal. Spoiler, those in the PFC family, you're going to actually get the link 2 days before that so that you guys
Sweet.
can look at what all's there. If you wanted to place an order before shit gets crazy, you will have the opportunity to do it. It's one of the perks of being here on the network.
Because we're so fucking awesome.
I tried to keep a straight face while I said it, but I'm being dead ass at the same time. So anyway, we'll go ahead and put a bow on this week's episode, Amy, unless there's something else that you would like to throw out there before we wind this down.
No, sir. Continue.
All right. We appreciate you. We appreciate everybody who tuned in here live with us and those who are listening on the RSS feed on Thursday. So, with that, go out, be awesome to yourselves and to each other. We'll see you next week right here on the Clouse to the Heart podcast, the flagship show of the PFC Entertainment Network.